Thank you. One of my brothers always say that the more you clap, the more you live long. Remember the brother? The more you clap, the more you live long. Please, let's learn to clap and appreciate. Please, let's clap for me again. Good morning, brethren. It is a beautiful thing to be in our midst again for this annual leadership seminar. And I hope that we have been blessed by some of the discussions we have been having for the past few days. Am I right? Yes. I am particularly happy. I was telling some brethren last night. I'm particularly happy about the theme of this seminar, which is a topic that we don't often discuss in the church, and we need them. You know, I love when Bro Kumayo took his session yesterday, and he went, into some parts of counseling that many of us don't usually, put mind into. We believe that the moment you are called, or the moment you are a minister, without learning situations like this, we believe that you can just go on and counsel people without having prior knowledge, without understanding basic facts about the things. Even for me that know something about counseling, as a matter of the fact that I studied education, I'm still able to open to a lot of things here that I don't know. The session by Bro Samuel Oladokun talked about some words. He called it dangerous euphemism. Am I sure? Yeah. Dangerous euphemism that we use most of the time. And I use some of them. I use some of them when I talk to people, particularly when it's even career-wise. And so this morning, we're going to be talking about, the title I have is to talk about career, job security, and future plans. A lot of our fathers are here. They may not really, need to go in depth with us when it comes to career, job security, and the likes. Many of them are retired. Many of them are entrepreneurs in their own way right now. But there are a lot of us here that still need to understand what connects our career, job security, and future plan with God. A lot of times, a lot of us choose careers and we don't know that there's a way it can affect our worship of Christ. There's a way that it can affect our relationship with God. And so that's why it's important for us to look at this morning. Shall we quickly go to the book of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established." Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Before you started what you're doing right now, did you commit it to God? Did you tell God about it? Or you just in your own human wisdom? Or because it is the reigning thing, let me start. Let me also join them. Let me do it. In today's rapidly changing world, many of us face uncertainties in our careers and in our future, particularly in a country like Nigeria. Economic situations are always here and there in the country. How it was a few years back, as a matter of fact, how it was with the last administration is not what it is with this one. Yes or yes? Yes. It is different. And so, a lot of us face uncertainties when we go into some particular careers, when we go into some particular works that we do. However, the church as a place should stand as a place of guidance and support. And that was why I love when Bro Kumayo said it yesterday, that each congregation must have the counseling unit established. Not just about marriage. Not just about the fact that you want to get married. No. There are different counseling situations that you can have. You can have with someone that is trying to, switch roles from one particular industry to another. Someone that feels that, okay, I want to move to a sector. Someone said something this morning. He said, while he was speaking with someone that was about to retire. He said he advised the person, this is what you have been doing, right? If you want to retire and you want to still do something, you don't just want to sit at home. You know, it's not easy when we retire. Our father said, "What do with me?" When we retire, it's not going to be easy for us to just sit at home doing nothing. They still want to engage in something. And he told the person, he said, do that thing that is in line with what you have been doing before. The person did not listen. The person went into another field. And the person crashed in quotes. You are used to a particular thing. You are passionate about it. You have been doing it for quite a while. But because you are retired, you feel that there are other areas you can look at in that thing. You can become a consultant to help others navigate their ways. But many of us, we don't put that into practice. So therefore, my lesson this morning will help us to provide biblical guidance on building a God-honoring career, securing stability at our work, and planning for the future with faith and due diligence. Why? Because our career must glorify God. You must never choose a career that will put blemish on the name of God. It must rather glorify God, and it must give you a fulfilling life. Whatever you are doing that you are not fulfilled, leave it. You have to examine, is this thing giving me, am I having fulfillment in this? If you are not, review, evaluate, and if you have to switch, please switch from that thing. Because your fulfillment, your peace of mind is important. A lot of us wake up every day and go to work. How many of us enjoy what we are doing? How many of us love what we are doing? But many of us, because, you know now, you have to make money. So many of us, let's just go. And you don't have joy in it. But you must derive joy in whatever you're doing. While I was sitting down there this morning, I was reading through the pictures here and the words that are written there. And so we're going to read some of them now. And when I get to that part in my presentation, you will see why I wanted us to read it. Alright? There's this one here. Self-development tips. Can we please read this?
Get a mentor.
Let's go on. Get a mentor, alright? Disrespect his or her privacy. Alright? There's another one by this side. Okay, so he's here. Make new positive friends. Can we read this?
Make new positive friends as often as possible and secure
and ensure
keep the communication line open. Create a network of friends and not just connections.
Create a network of friends and not just connections. We're going to get there. But I wanted us to do that, so I laid that foundation for us by the time I get there. Alright? The key question I want us to focus on this morning is how can the church support its members in navigating career challenges, in securing their jobs, and planning for the future. What is the role of the church? How can the church provide support for them? While I was still very much active in the education sector as head of school, 2020, COVID-19 came around and schools were on lockdown. Remember? Good. Schools were on lockdown. A lot of us that work with private sectors were not being paid. So practically, we lived on our savings. We lived on goodwill, from people. And I remember really well, the brother is here, that the brother reached out to me and said, I understand the state of things right now. I said, please, I'm going to support you with this. That is an individual member. But it also goes on to tell me that I'm in the midst of members of the lost church that cares for me. If every one of us can imbibe the same spirit to support others, it becomes a church affair. And that's why I don't remember why they mentioned it the other time. I said cares, the word cares. Do we care for ourselves? Alright? Let's look at the biblical foundation for what we are going to be talking about today. The biblical foundation. The scriptural basis for work and planning. Proverbs 16:3 that we read said, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts I have towards you." The thought of what? Of good. Colossians 3:23-24 says, "Whatever you do, work with it with all your heart, as working for the Lord." There are three key principles I want us to take note of. Number one, work is a form of worship and still worship. Whatever work we are doing, whether you are into agriculture, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a photographer, whether you are a plumber, whether you are an electrician, whatever work you are doing right now is a form of worship and still worship. It is something that you will still give account to God. Number two principle is God cares about our careers and future plans. God cares about it. Number three, trusting God while taking practical steps is important for us as Christians. I think it was Brother Samuel that talked about faith without work this morning. Am I correct? Yes. So while we walk, do we trust God? In 2024, I said something on my status, WhatsApp status. I said, before you walk this year, WORK, before you walk with God, WALK. Do you get that? Yes. Before you walk with God. Kótó ṣiṣẹ́ bá Ọlọ́run. That is you trusting God for whatever work you are doing. Let's talk about career guidance. If you look at your manual, you may not have the full. I want us to be able to focus and write notes if we have to. Because I discovered that a lot of times when people have the manual, they practically switch off. And so they don't concentrate. But I want us to concentrate. So I'm going to be using my own manual that will have slight differences with the manual that we use. Are we okay? Yeah. Alright. What is a career? A career is a journey of service and purpose that is rooted in using our God-given talents for His glory. Career is a journey of service and purpose rooted in using God-given talents for His glory. Yesterday, one of our teachers asked, "What is your gift?" Do you remember? One of our teachers asked that question, "What is your gift?" And yesterday, after the session, I was discussing with my brother here. And I made a reference to that session. And I said, very early on in life, I realized my gift. And I had two. Teaching and administration. As a teenager, I realized it very early in life that I'm meant to teach and to administer. So what is that God-given talent that you have been given? The Bible says a man's gift will do what? Will make a way for him. What is your gift? What is your talent? That thing that you have been given to do is your career. And for us to build a career path, there are four things we need to do. To build a career path, there are four things we need to do. Number one, what is your passion? Identify your passion. What are you passionate about? What has God given you to enjoy and to excel in? There are some of us here that we enjoy teaching. We love to teach. If you give some of us this mic, from now till 5 p.m., we will be blowing on, right? Yes. We will enjoy it. There are some of us, if you put us in a farmland right now, oh, we are in our natural habitat. We are passionate about agriculture, about farming. Many of us are passionate. If you look at the career path of someone like Brother Mine, you discover that he's doing something he's passionate about. If you look at his career, I was saying it yesterday now, he had his first degree. What? Second degree. PhD in view. That's someone that enjoys what he is doing. Do you enjoy what you are doing? Are you passionate? I have a brother here that enjoys farming, animal farming. Brother Sam is our fish person, our pig person. Talk about he enjoys it. That was not what he studied in school, correct? But he discovered his passion and switched. That is why you must understand what you are passionate about. Number 2 is to acquire the skills that is needed. No matter what you are passionate about, you must acquire the skill. You cannot, because you are passionate about it, and because you see others doing it, you have to say, okay, fine, I'm passionate about carpentry. I did not learn the skill, I did not do anything. And I went to pick saw. I said, I want to construct a shelf. You will do it though. You will work. First, you will enjoy yourself at the point your saw will almost touch your finger. That's number 1. Number 2, will you follow the right dimension you are supposed to follow? Because at the end, you may do a shelf that is not standing like this. You may do a shelf that is standing this way. So which means that you must acquire the necessary skill for you to be relevant in what you are passionate about. If you are passionate about teaching, then take up the right skills. Learn about the right skills for you to teach. You don't just say, I can teach, I love teaching. I love, for some of us that do recruitment, a lot of times we tell people, why do you want this job? Or why are you, for me personally, there's one I ask, why are you a teacher? I asked that question because I discovered that a lot of teachers right now, particularly in this country, are not teachers on purpose. They are accidental teachers. A lot of them, because I put in for microbiology, they did not give me microbiology. They now said, I don't do chemistry education. And so because we are giving chemistry education, by the time you get to NYSC will also look at you and say, you did education, they throw you into a school, even though you don't have passion for teaching. And so I asked that question, why do you love teaching? Some people just tell me, I love children. If you love children, there are other things you can do that may not be teaching them. You can be a carer and you don't have to teach them. Active teaching in this regard. You can be a carer. You can decide to be in the children's class in church because you love children. It doesn't mean that you can teach them. So you must acquire the necessary skill. 3, embrace opportunities. Embrace opportunities. I did a teaching, I think a few months back, probably December last year or thereabouts in my congregation. And I said something. I said, there's this popular thing people say. They say, info. Who can finish it? Info don't mean fo. It is information that will make you fly. If you don't have information, you will be there and others will be moving because they have the information and so they are exposed to the opportunities. So you must explore and embrace opportunities. Be prepared to step into God's roles for you. These days, the people that are cashing out from teaching, I'm sorry, I'm going to be making reference to teaching more because true and true, I'm a teacher. I studied education and I've been in that sector for quite a number of years. Close to 2 decades now. So to a large extent, that's why I'll give most of my examples. Alright? And so, a lot of people that are cashing out in teaching right now are the ones that are doing online teaching. How many of us know? They are the ones doing online teaching because they are earning in dollars. Teaching Nigerians that are living here to go there. By the time Nigerians get there, get to those developed countries, you will discover that they cannot just put their children in school. It's not like this place that whether you are waking up by October or you are waking up by April, anytime you wake up during the year, you can put your child in school. You know that, right? But over there, you cannot do it. There are limited spaces, there are age conditions to look at, there are a lot of factors to consider for them over there. So a lot of them don't just want to keep their children at home. So they employ the services of people that can teach them online. A lot of them believe that the Nigerian education system, they like the way it is rigorous, the way it is very difficult. How many of you know that Nigerian education is very difficult? You have to read a textbook of 500 pages. Whereas in those places, It's just about play, more of play, but they are learning. But we are used to that rigorous system. So when people get there, they still want to have a touch of the Nigerianness, right? So they employ those that can teach their children online. Those are opportunities. But if you don't place yourself where you can get those opportunities, it's gone. Alright? Number 4, pursue excellence. In whatever work you find yourself that you are doing, mediocrity should not be your watchword. Below par should never be your watchword. Average should never be your thing. Excellence should be what you're doing. Let people see your work and ask questions. Who did this? Please give me the number of the person that did this. I love this. I want this. Be excellent. Be known for excellence. For me, I see career as a calling. I see career as a calling. It is your calling. And why do I see it as a calling? A calling is more than just a job. It's more than just earning a living. That's your calling. It is more than earning a living. It's a divine assignment where God uses your skill, your talent, your passion to fulfill His purpose. In your area of work, there are ways you can draw people to God. In what you do. If excellence is your watchword, you're not cutting corners. You're not dubious. You're not charging your clients the wrong way. How many of you know the wrong way I'm talking about? Yes. If you sell something, you're not using false weight. Right? A lot of times many people want to buy fuel, and you look at this petrol station. I don't want to buy fuel here. The last one I bought is not up to what they told me I bought. Oh, if that person, if he want to repair my tire, don't worry, I'm not doing it. I'll go to another person. You know, you're not, even if you are now, if that person now meets you somewhere else and you're evangelizing and you're telling the person, God loves you, God wants you in His kingdom. The question would be, is it that kingdom where you are teaching people? No, I don't want to be in that kingdom. So whatever work you are doing is a calling that needs to glorify God. This perspective of our career as a calling shifts our focus from merely working for personal gain to seeing our careers as an opportunity to serve God and to impact others. Is your opportunity, you have to serve others. Not just about yourself all the time. Not just about myself, my pockets, what I will eat. About impacting others. In the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 15, God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden to walk and do what? Take care of it. Did God just say, I'm putting you in this garden now, take care of yourself alone? Did He do that? No. He didn't put Adam there and say, and Adam was taking care of himself alone. Adam was not taking care of the garden. That is impact. He was the only one alive. So if you want to say that there are no people there for him to impact, he was impacting the animals, the vegetables, the purpose. He was impacting them because he was tending to them. He was taking care of them. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31 says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. This is to emphasize to us that every aspect of our life should honor God. When you view your work when you view your career as a calling, you have purpose and motivation. Even when things become difficult, you know that you're supposed to keep going. You know that you're supposed to continue to move on. Now, while I was saying my introduction, I said there are a lot of challenges that we face these days. Technological changes, AI is coming up, economic recession, a whole lot of things are coming up and all that. Now, how can you overcome or navigate yourself through career challenges? If you are here and you're experiencing challenges in your career, probably you have chosen a career to work in a bank, but you are currently probably as a marketer and you are finding challenges, you are finding it difficult to meet targets, you are finding it difficult to be able to say, I'm also excelling in my career. If you're having challenges, what are those things that you're supposed to do? Number one, self-assessment. Self-assessment. Look at yourself and identify your strengths, identify your skills, identify your passion. Now, why I believe that I was called to teach, I believe that that's my own calling to teach. At a point I realized that I wasn't called. A lot of my friends are currently lecturing that we finish school together. Some of them are actually lecturing already. But that wasn't what I was called to do. I wasn't called to teach. So it was a surprise to all of them when we finished. And they were expecting that, okay, I should go to Bali University or college of education or secondary. You know what I did? I went back to primary. I carried my degree, my BA, back to primary. And some of them were like, what are you doing in primary school? I said, that's not my calling is. My calling is to rectify the foundation and not to remediate at the top. Do we get that? My calling is not to go to the top and start correcting whatever has been done wrong from the foundation. My purpose, my calling is to correct the ills right from the foundation. I discovered my strength. That's where my strength is. To make policies, to develop curriculum, to correct that. I discovered that a lot of students that are struggling with mathematics at the secondary level started from the primary level. Yes or yes?
Yes.
If you are struggling with English at the university level, where did you start from? You don't understand verb. You don't understand subject verb agreement. So when you get there, it becomes a problem. Alright, so I did a self-assessment and I identified where I was supposed to be. Number 2, now you see why I said we should read this. This is number 2. Seek mentorship. Seek mentorship. That's why I said you should read that. Get a mentor and follow his instruction. There are people that have passed through that way you want to pass before. So instead of you doing trial and error, instead of you doing, I do it today, I fall, I rise again, let me start again. It takes your time. Instead of doing that, get a mentor that will mentor you to go the right way. Learn from experienced individuals in your field. You can't do it all alone. You are not an island. You should not bring all the knowledge from the world and from heaven. Alright? Number 3. Engage in continuous learning. I have discovered that a lot of times, a lot of us don't invest in skill development. What you learned is not here. Brother is not here. He's an electrician. So he learned wire connection and everything, right? He wasn't taught how to install CCTV. He wasn't taught electrification, right? This brother went back after years of freedom. He has done his freedom. He has gained his own whatever. He's been working on his own. He went back to go and learn how to install CCTV, how to do solar. That is investing in education. Why? Because if care is not taken, the people that are investing in themselves, in their skills, will take over the job. Yes or yes? Yes. They will take over the job. I gave an instance in my congregation the other time. Okay, you learn sewing for quite a number of years. But you know it has gone beyond just looking at the person. Oh, the more you use the tool, measure the person, and then you start. You know it has gone beyond that. Yes. There is patterning right now that they will still pattern. They will sketch. Theory has now gone beyond just the one we used to know. So it is important for us to what? Invest in content. These days that AI is everywhere. AI is virtually in everything that we do. So if you don't upskill, you discover that man that has upskilled himself will take your position, will take the money that is supposed to be paid to you. Because you have refused to what? Gain education. Upskill, get more skill, get more education. And number 4 is networking. You see why I talk about that? Networking. How many of us actively build relationships? Relationships that will open doors for you. Relationship that when something is being discussed in a room, the person can mention your name. You are not there. You should not even tell the person, mention my name. But because you have networked with the person, you have built relationship with the person remembers that we did this thing. There's a brother in my church. I mentioned him in the video. Do we build? How many of us know what we are doing? If you are from the same congregation here, please put up your hand. If you have people here from the same congregation with you, please put up your hand. Don't lie. This one people are not putting up their hands. You are hiding. Let's put it up above her head so that I can see. Okay, good. Brother,
Yes, sir.
who is from the same congregation here with you? Where is it? Baba Ifeanyi. Sir, do you know what Brother is doing? To understand it. Number 4 is prayer and discernment. Prayer and what? Discernment. And we should encourage members to seek God guidance through prayer and scripture as they make their career decisions. Let me talk about job security now. Many of us fear for our jobs. Yes or yes? We fear that if I lose this job, life has ended. Many of us, right? We feel that way. There is a lot of job insecurity around us right now. A whole lot. That we don't know what can happen next. Especially in the economy, particularly in the private sector. Particularly in the private sector. We don't know maybe tomorrow the job will just be the company may just hold up and they say that everybody go home. There is no job again. Because we cannot continue, we don't have money again to continue to pay to go home. For the downsides, they remove some and keep some the essentials and let the others go. So there are a lot of insecurity in the world today. Job security is no longer guaranteed. Technological advancements, economic fluctuations, global competition. Do you know that in developed countries right now, they are exploring an option of having a teacherless classroom? The teacher will not be there to teach them. They are exploring the possibility of that. That in the AI, it will just on the whole world and be teaching them. If that happens, do you know what it means? A lot of teachers go out to work, right? I have an architect here. Back in those days, when you're an architect, you use your hand, your pencil to draw, right? You keep drawing and drawing and drawing. But these days, is it the same thing? Right? No. There is AutoCAD, am I correct? There is AutoCAD, there are a lot of tools that they can now use online to quickly design whatever house you want to build. AI. Even as a teacher, you don't need to sit down and start writing lesson notes. AI can generate lesson notes for you within few hours. So these changes are causing a lot of insecurity in jobs. Alright? Automations. I don't need anybody to open the door for me when I get to the mall. They can do a job. That means that man that is sitting there always that you are seeing can go out of job. Right? If I get to the place, I was watching a video on Instagram the other day, and robots were the ones arranging the goods in their sections. This is where semo would be, this is where wheat would be, and they were the ones doing all that, not humans. Something that humans were doing before. So it means that those ones, they are out of balance. So there is a lot of job insecurity right now. However, the Bible reminds us that our ultimate security comes from who? From God. Not our job, not our employer. It comes from God. In the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 26, God, the Bible talks about the birds of the air. He said, look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap. They do not store. But do they go hungry? Do they go hungry? The Heavenly Father feeds them. So how much more you and your valuable than them? Alright? So this verse is a reassurance for us that God will take care of us. Philippians 4:19. He says that my God will meet all my needs according to his riches in glory. That's the biblical foundation. Alright? That's what? The biblical foundation. For us to realize that the children of God, our job security, first and foremost, is in what? In God. Now, practical steps that we can now take as individuals. What are those things that we're supposed to do ourselves? Number 1, adaptability and skill diversification. Are you adaptable? How adaptable are you? I gave an example of the other brother that was an electrician. When solar started coming in, what's it called? CCTV camera started coming in. What did he do? He adapted immediately and diversified his skill. So if a client does not bring electrification today, there is a client that will bring CCTV tomorrow. If there is no client that brings CCTV tomorrow, another client will bring what? Solar. Diversification. Are we ready to what? To diversify. Number 2, establish multiple income streams. Establish multiple income streams. This morning, someone was asking my brother, what do you do? He says, I'm into a lot of things. I'm into a lot of things. The other day I was looking at someone's water status, and the person said, I do all things. Don't ask me what I just do the job, I'll tell you if I can do it or not. That's where the world is right now. On a call water. Have you? On a go sọ́jà lọ́sìn should be up to like 15. Have you? Kó o ṣáà ti jáde. What's happening? So you must establish multiple streams of income. Number 3, you must develop emotional and spiritual resilience. Nobody wants their job to go away from them. Nobody. But you must develop that emotional resilience. Like the book of Psalm 46 verse 1 says, God is our refuge and strength, ever present in times of trouble. That resilience must be there. Number 4, you must stay informed. I talked about it the other time. It is information that makes you informed or stay informed. Number 5, build a financial cushion. We did a study in my congregation last year when we talked about financial management. Some of us were there, so we remember. We did financial management. And we talked about the concept of saving, budgeting, and what? Investing. A lot of us are working, we are not saving. A lot of us are working, we are not investing. A lot of us are working, we don't have budgets. But what you want, like you know, you come in, you just spread, you just spend the way that way. And then in the end, when God, I told you the other time when COVID came, I had to fall back on what? My savings. I had to fall back on savings. So it's essential that we build a financial cushion. Lastly, network actively. Build and maintain professional relationships that can open doors for you. Alright, we said I have 5 minutes more. So we're going to go into our manual and be able to look at planning for the future. That part, planning for the future. The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 5 says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. It didn't say the sitting down of the what? The diligent. It didn't say the sleeping. As a matter of fact, there's this verse in Proverbs that talks about a little sleep, a little what? Slumber. What comes? Poverty. So it's important that what we plan for the future. Planning for the future is a biblical principle that reflects wisdom and stewardship. As Christians, we are called to align our plans with God's will. And how can you effectively plan for the future? Number 1, pray for guidance. There's nothing you can do in this world out of prayer. Pray for guidance. Involve God in your decision. James chapter 1, verse 5. Number 2, think. Someone mentioned think, I think yesterday or this morning. Think. Many of us don't engage in thinking. And I define thinking as connecting with heaven above and the environment around you. When you think, you connect with God above. Because it's going to open your understanding. And then you are going to also be able to look at the environment. There are opportunities in your environment. But are you thinking so that you'll be able to explore the opportunities? Today I'm in another field. Even though I told you I've been in education, right? I'm also in HR and I'm also in compliance. Why? Because I was able to think and see the direction of the way things were going, and I went into those parts also. So I say, yes, I have achieved this. They are moving on to the next one. It gives you joy that I've been able to do this one. Then when you are done 4, you feel wow, I have done 4. That means I can do the remaining 4. It spurs you on to do more. Lastly, trust God. Trust, commit your plans to the Lord, and He will remain good to you. Conclusion. The book of Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have towards you, declares the Lord. He knows the plan He has for you. Career, job security, and future planning are vital areas where the church can provide guidance and support. Biblical principles and practical steps can help individuals navigate challenges that will come in their career. We must always rely on God's wisdom. However, when we are relying on God's wisdom, we must equally take actionable steps. Faith without work is what? Dead. If you have all these plans listed down, if you have it all listed down, if you don't take action towards it, you will come back to meet it when you have written it. My sincere prayer for us this morning is that God will continue to give us the strength to navigate our ways through challenges in life in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you for the time, really appreciate it.